Everyone knows about Switzerland. Everyone's heard of the Cayman Islands. But those are old money secrets. Today's billionaires are going somewhere else. Quieter, cheaper, and far more strategic. From the mountains of Georgia to the shores of Vanuatu. From golden passports in Malta to offshore vaults in Mauritius. A new global game is being played. One built on citizenships for sale, anonymous trusts, and zero tax laws. And here's the catch. You won't find these countries on any mainstream list. Because the real billionaire havens? They don't want to be found. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Why billionaires are leaving traditional havens. For decades, billionaires ran to places like Switzerland, Monaco, or the British Virgin Islands. But now, those places are too exposed. The EU is cracking down on banking secrecy. The US is forcing disclosures under the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, FATCA. Even Panama and the Caymans are under international surveillance. So where do billionaires go next? To the shadows, to the loopholes, to countries where your name doesn't get leaked in papers, because the papers don't even exist. Chapter 2. Vanuatu, a passport for the price of Tesla. Population? Less than 350,000. GDP? Smaller than some shopping malls. But for the ultra-wealthy, Vanuatu offers something priceless, an escape hatch. Through its citizenship by investment program, you could buy a Vanuatu passport for $130,000. No questions asked. Benefits? Visa-free access to over 100 countries. No income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains tax. And here's the kicker. Vanuatu doesn't even report your citizenship to your home country. For billionaires, this isn't just a backup plan. It's a fail-safe. A way to disappear from regulatory radars with one wire transfer. It's why dozens of crypto moguls, Russian oligarchs, and even some Western tech elites are quietly snapping up Vanuatu passports right now. Chapter 3. Georgia, the new Baltic fortress. Tucked between Russia and Turkey, Georgia is fast becoming one of the most underrated financial safe zones in the world. Why? 0% tax on foreign income for non-residents. No capital controls. Move your money freely. Fast, simple company registration, under 24 hours. And unlike Dubai or Monaco, you don't need to be ultra-rich to plant your flag. Billionaires use Georgia not to show off, but to structure holdings, stash digital assets, and even host remote company HQs without attracting attention. It's discreet, it's modern, and it's outside the EU and NATO financial dragnet. Chapter 4. Malta, the EU's golden backdoor. Now let's talk about Malta, a tiny island with a very big passport. For a donation of around 750,000 euros, you can buy Maltese citizenship, which grants full EU access. Live in Germany, invest in France, bank in Luxembourg, all while staying off the radar. But here's what most people miss. Malta also has one of the most favorable tax treaties in the world. With its non-dom status, foreign income isn't taxed unless it's brought into the country. That means you can park your earnings offshore, keep your wealth outside Malta, and pay nearly nothing legally. It's EU legitimacy paired with Caribbean-style secrecy. A legal paradox that billionaires love. Chapter 5. Mauritius, the African gateway for billionaires. Mauritius may sound like a luxury honeymoon destination, but for the ultra-rich, it's a financial control tower. Over 20,000 offshore companies are registered here, most owned by billionaires from India, China, or Africa. Why? No capital gains tax. Low corporate tax, effective as low as 3%. Ironclad secrecy laws. And most importantly, strategic treaties with India and China that allow tax-efficient money transfers. This is where the next wave of Asian wealth is hiding. And unlike Western havens, Mauritius flies almost completely under the radar. Chapter 6. Street Kitts and Nevis, the ultimate discreet citizenship. This Caribbean duo was one of the first to sell passports legally, and they're still a billionaire favorite. Why? Because Street Kitts and Nevis offers lifetime citizenship in 60 days, zero personal income tax, strict confidentiality laws, and no residency requirements. In other words, buy the passport, never visit, still get the benefits. Crypto billionaires in particular have flocked here. After major hacks, lawsuits, or regulatory investigations, this becomes their offshore plan B. It's not about living there. It's about vanishing there. Chapter 7, Nomad Capitalism, the new billionaire strategy. A single tax haven isn't enough anymore. Billionaires are creating networks of legal identities, homes, and corporate registrations to shield wealth across time zones. Here's how a modern billionaire might be structured. Citizenship, Vanuatu. Residence, Dubai. Banking, Georgia. Family trust, Cook Islands. Offshore HQ, Mauritius. Asset ownership, Delaware LLCs in the U.S. Each country acts like a puzzle piece, legal in isolation, powerful in combination. This isn't tax evasion, it's tax engineering, a billion-dollar art form built on exploiting laws that were never designed for this kind of global agility. Chapter 8, The Ethical Dilemma. Legal, but is it right? Let's ask the hard question. If billionaires are legally avoiding taxes by living in loopholes, who's paying for the roads, the schools, and the systems they benefit from? This new form of mobility, of sovereign shopping, creates a growing divide between citizens locked to one country and billionaires who treat the globe like a chessboard. Governments know this. That's why international crackdowns are slowly building. But enforcement is tricky when every move is technically legal. And as AI, crypto, and digital nomadism expand, expect these billionaire havens to multiply and go even deeper underground. You've heard of the 1%, but there's a new class rising, the stateless elite. They don't belong to any one country. They belong to their portfolios. They don't move borders. They move through them. And the next time someone tells you billionaires are just working hard and paying their share, remember this. They're playing a different game. One built on quiet havens, invisible taxes, and exits that most people don't even know exist. Because in the world of ultimate wealth, the richest power isn't money. It's mobility.